right now. Logan is eating a Nutter Butter. Joe is on his phone. TJ is holding his microphone. I thought you were picking your nose for a second. Welcome to our power rankings in form of a tier list. We're doing it again here. And we're ready to go, I think. Are we ready to go?
Texans
or no?
32. Texans 32.
That's the first
I'll
team
put
you
the
think of.
Steelers first.
Let's put the Steelers there. Let's put the Texans there.
Put the Lions.
Lions.
Put the Lions.
I don't
there.
know. It's
Why you
Steelers might be
always lying?
27.
Panthers.
Wait,
They
hold on.
might be
Hold on.
Why?
Hold on.
Because I think maybe the Colts should go in 28.
No. Steelers would lose to the Colts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a good one.
Are the Steelers worse than the Colts?
Yes.
No.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't
Are
know.
the Steelers worse than the Colts? Probably. Well, we could fit one more team in there. Lucky for us.
Oh, the Jaguars.
Oh, no.
dude.
The mother-freaking Raiders need to go there right now.
Thank you.
Put it freaking down. Let's go, Saints.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Raiders are garbage, bro. They're
Keep
garbage.
on winning, Saints.
I don't
No,
know
they
about all
shouldn't.
that. I don't know about all that.
What don't you know about the Raiders? Who
I've-
got 24 skunked by the Saints?
They sucked.
They have
That's
2
bad.
wins.
That's-
24.
That's
The Colts at least
that's,
have 3
that's
wins.
bad, but the Jaguars also have 2 wins. And I think the Jacksonville Jaguars
The
might
Jaguars almost won.
almost, but they also have only 2 wins.
Okay, did the Raiders almost win?
No, they suck. And I think they should maybe okay, well then I would put the Steelers in 27, put the Jaguars
the
in
Steelers
28.
just lose by 27 points.
Did that.
I don't know how many points it actually was, but it felt like 27.
I'm not disagreeing. We're agreeing. I don't know why you're
Did the Lions almost win?
Yeah.
Not really. I don't know.
They're in last place. So.
The Jaguars don't look good either. I mean, they have.
Let's
been
make it
falling
easy.
off since-
Jaguars 23 to 27. Let's do that.
Wow. See, I would have Steelers.
Who's better, the Jaguars or Colts? Because they played each other, right? Am I correct or wrong?
Yeah,
on that?
I think they played each other so far.
They split.
They split. So
Are
maybe
you
we
sure?
don't know.
Are you sure?
So maybe we don't know.
I don't know if they split or not. I think they played one
There's
time.
too many games that are going on this season. I tell you
I think the
what.
Colts won because I think I picked the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Did they play twice yet?
Yeah.
I don't know
They
about
played
twice.
the beginning of the season. I think.
Okay.
The Colts and the Jaguars. That's what's in question right now.
Maybe.
The Colts played the Jaguars and the Colts won.
Okay.
And then they played again and the Jaguars beat them 24-0.
That's what
That's
Joe said.
right.
Or no, first time
24 skunk, just like the Raiders lost.
that was the
to the
first,
Saints.
That was week 2. Then they've played again October 16th recently and the Colts won.
So what do we both put them in 23 to 27?
I think so. I think they both go in 38 or 28 to 32. Frick, move the Raiders
Dang,
and the
there's not
Steelers
enough
up.
teams to put down here.
Why are we moving the Steelers up?
They're not. I
Dog.
don't think they're worse than those teams. You really think this?
What makes you think that they're
what
not?
Makes you think that?
We're third in the
I'm
league.
so curious.
We're 3rd in the league.
Well, I'm sorry, 29th.
29th what? What do you mean?
In what?
Just in the league record.
No, we're actually like we moved up a little bit.
No,
We're
dude,
like
we didn't.
We're
Dude, you see
we have
that?
the 4th draft pick
You
right
s-
now.
You see that right there? You see how we're right there?
I don't think that's right as far as draft picks go, though.
I don't care. It's just we're down there.
Oh, we're down there. We're tied for 3rd worst record. We have the 4th draft pick right now.
Colts or the Steelers right now? Pick one.
Colts. I don't
I
care.
would go
Steelers
Colts
suck.
just because it seems like the Steelers can't move the ball on offense at all.
Okay, let me say
I don't
this.
know. I think they
We
can.
Stink. And the Colts just
Is
fired
Matt-
their OC. Why don't
Yeah.
we do that?
Let me say this about these two teams.
We stink.
Okay,
But TJ Watt's coming back, so
Okay, this is the one thing, right?
I tell you what. Actually,
The Colts, have realized their situation and they're letting it all go, and I think they're ready to lose this season.
Mhm.
I don't think the Steelers are, because the Steelers don't do that.
Because they need to find out if Kenny Pickett's a guy.
Okay, because let me ask you guys now that we are where we are right now.
Yeah.
What are you expecting / what do you want to see from the Steelers from this point forward
I
for the
hate
rest
to
of the season?
I don't want them to start winning, but
Okay,
but
I'm glad you said that.
but I kind of think they are gonna win.
I
The
do.
rest of the schedule isn't that hard, and if TJ Watt is healthy,
This is that.
I really think I don't want them to. I want them to actually have this good draft pick. But
'Cause-
their schedule in the second half isn't that
I
crazy.
was gonna say that our first half of the schedule was the insane part.
So I'm still scared they're going to go on a tear the second half.
I think it.
A tear. Do you think you're capable of going on a tear?
TJ Watt, I don't know.
I
He's
have
a
bold
different animal.
prediction.
We've seen it. I'm just saying.
and gentlemen, they are not capable of going on a tear.
I don't think so either, but you don't know.
My bold prediction is they don't go negative.
They would have to.
Which
That's
honestly,
pretty
Like,
bold.
win out.
I
Pretty
don't.
bold.
I do not necessarily want that to happen because then you got the bad draft pick and everything, nothing happens. But I don't know. There's something about the Steelers.
Like they play the Saints, the Bengals, Colts, Falcons, Ravens, Panthers, Raiders.
Like it's not an
Some
easy
would say that
schedule.
they're worse than a lot of those teams that you named.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. But they're winnable games.
Sure.
That's why when you have Colts and Steelers,
Okay.
I have the Steelers.
Here's my massive issue with this, right? You can't bump the Steelers up after how bad that they just lost to the Eagles. No freaking shot.
I mean,
Yeah, I think
No,
we
the
could bump
Eagles
them
are the
up.
number 2 team,
If
are we?
anything,
In
we
the
should be
future.
bumping the Panthers up.
Amen.
I mean, somebody does have to go.
But honestly, if we're bumping a team up, it would be the Panthers,
Out
in
of
my
those
opinion.
5, I think, yeah.
I think I'm fine with this. I don't know. The
I-
Colts freaking.
I think I'm fine with that. The Colts do freaking suck, but again, they have 3 wins.
Yeah.
Jaguars
I-
23-27.
I put the Raiders up and put the Jaguars are cool. I don't know.
They're all bad teams.
They are all
When
bad
can you
teams.
All of
completely
them are
give
bad
up
teams.
on the Raiders, TJ?
Huh?
Right now.
I can't believe you're the one. Again, I can't believe you're the one struggling with giving up on the Raiders.
I'm not.
Why is it not me?
When did I ever say I didn't say I didn't give up on the Raiders. I'm just saying I don't think that they're worse than those teams.
Well, at least those other teams scored a point last week.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're easily 27. If anything, I think the Steelers are 27 and keep them down there.
But the Steelers can't be in 27.
They
just got freaking their chunks blown last week.
Yeah, but so did all these
Dog.
other teams. I mean, not the Panthers.
Including the Raiders.
Yeah.
Some would say the Raiders got their chunks blown harder than the Steelers.
The Jaguars suck to lose to the Broncos in London. Come on.
But they almost won.
Okay, the Broncos have an insanely good defense. I know the Broncos aren't good.
And the Colts
Let's
lost to the
relax.
Commanders, and that says enough right there.
I mean, the
We got to
Commanders-
move on from this. I mean, we're all in agreement here that these teams freaking stink. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
if anything, it would have to be the Panthers because after Matt Rule was fired, I feel like they've been playing better. It's like, I'm going to say it now. I mean, and it's pretty they should have won that end of that game there versus the Falcons. Like, freaking,
Thank God
they
did
really
it.
scuffed
Imagine
that.
having a team winning their division down here.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's also a team that has a shot, an off chance to win the division, which makes them a playoff team. It's not great because they stink.
They stink, dude.
All right, let's just move on here. I think that's beautiful. Bengals
Bears next.
Bengals for me.
Bears 23-27.
Oh, we're doing Bear. Oh, how are we doing this? We're not going.
I don't know. I was just going by stink list.
I think the Broncos should be down there.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
would
hate
still
that.
agree with that. Yeah. You seem so hesitant, Joe.
I'm just looking around.
Commanders, I think, should go down there.
Because there still has to be another. Yeah, Commanders should be there.
Mhm.
But then again, with
I don't know,
Heineke,
should the Saints?
With Heineke,
I think I kind of like the Commanders better than
Oh,
the Saints.
but 24
Saints
scum.
won one game, ladies and gentlemen.
24
One game against the
scum.
stinky Raiders.
Yeah, but the Commanders, what did we have the Commanders last week? Probably
You're on
lower
this-
than
this
that.
year.
I wasn't here last week, I don't think.
Oh, we had them, 23-27, along with the Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd bump the Saints up, not
Well,
the
okay.
Commanders.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
want to make
know.
it tough because the way the Browns won, it makes it tough.
Well, we had
I am okay with you guys putting the Saints in 23-27.
Oh, they stink.
I don't agree with that.
I would have them one tier higher.
I would have them one tier
Personally.
higher.
They've won, what, 2 games?
Three.
3 games?
3 and 5.
Very close to your Atlanta Falcons right now. Okay.
But they ain't.
And
'cause
beat-
they the ain'ts.
They actually know they lost to Tampa Bay, but that's neither here nor there. Forget about that for a second.
Oh, I would
I
have
think you're last in the division. No,
I have one chance to have a little bit of fun with the Saints because they actually look good for the first time this season. So I'm just gonna have some fun right now. I don't know.
I think they've. I mean, all their games have been very close. And again, that doesn't necessarily matter, but they haven't ever been out of a game. I don't think this season so far. Every single game really does come down to the wire. Like that Bengals game came down to the wire.
I like the Saints slightly more than the Commanders.
I like the Saints better than the Commanders.
Slightly,
I'm
not
fine
by
with it.
much.
They both stink. I don't really care too much.
Plus, anyone in your division? Oh wait, never mind. We're putting your division rival a little bit higher. That means if you beat them, have you played yet?
It once.
You
play
won,
again.
right?
Mm.
Oh, you
Saints
lost.
won.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So now if you defeat them the second time,
I feel like I knew that.
Who?
I actually didn't.
That was pretty disrespectful.
My memory sometimes is so bad.
18 to 22. Bucks go there.
Oh
Browns.
yeah.
Browns go there.
Can we put the Rams there,
Can
please?
we put the Cardinals
The
there,
Packers. Hello.
please? Can we put the
Packers.
Packers there, please?
I think
It's
Falcons.
crazy how the Buccaneers, Packers, and Rams are so similar. Powerhouses in the previous years.
Mhm.
All veteran quarterbacks, all falling at the same time.
Yeah. Viagra. We're off.
Yeah.
And then I think either the Cardinals,
Yep.
Browns potentially.
Yep.
My
My Browns. I know the win they just had, but man.
Dang, how are we going to have the freaking Cardinals, who are they last in
They're
the
bad.
NFC West
Yeah.
above the Rams?
I agree.
Oh yeah, they are 3-5.
Ew, that's getting interesting.
And I don't know who we could bump up. 'Cause all those
Actually, I
teams-
think we.
I think we should
That's
honestly.
sticky.
Do we
That's-
put the
that's a
Browns
sticky one.
above them and put the
Not after one win, right?
Cardinals?
No.
But I don't know. But what do we do? Who are you gonna bump up?
The
Packers
Rams
suck.
should go.
One of
Rams
those
Saints?
teams.
What were the Rams
have
last
to
week?
get bumped. One of those
I
teams
think
have to
the
get
next
bumped. Okay.
13 to 17.
Out of the Buccaneers, the Packers, the Rams. Who is better?
Rams.
The Rams.
Yeah, but
Out of the Bucks, Packers, Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me the Rams.
Rams.
I was thinking.
I don't feel confident
Sure.
about that. I mean, I think all of these teams kind of below right now.
Let's do Rams because
The
the Rams.
Packers don't have an offense
Rams
whatsoever.
have Rams and Cardinals played,
yeah,
and Rams
No.
won.
Yeah.
Did they?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
The Rams and the Cardinals, did they? I'll look it up.
It'd be easier to put the Rams above the Cardinals because they're above them in the NFC
I
West.
get that. I get that.
It's tricky because all these teams should be.
Yeah, they
no
beat them.
higher
They
than
beat them
this.
20-12, cuz.
Okay, I think for right now.
So what? Bump up the Rams and put the Browns.
Hey,
and
the
Cardinals
Rams
there.
Rams play the Bucks this week.
Yeah, that's
So
that's
the battle of two bad teams.
That actually doesn't tell us anything.
No.
To be
Doesn't tell us
honest,
anything.
let's be real.
Yeah, it just tells us who we can put ahead of each other.
Rams what, TJ?
I
Rams
think it's
what?
very clear that the Rams are better than the Packers and the Bucks.
I agree with that.
Oh, very
the
clear?
Packers.
I know.
think
I'm
it's
saying
very
Packers,
clear.
yes.
The Bucks. Come on. The Bucks lost to the
Sure.
Panthers and the Steelers, Tom.
Let's go. Oh, I freaking bro. I've been saying the Packers.
I'm not saying the Rams are
Bucks
impressive
gonna suck this
whatsoever,
year.
but if we're comparing these three teams,
Put the
Sure.
Rams
Put
up,
the
put
Rams
the
up.
Cardinals down there, and then put the Browns down there.
Cool. Cool with that, I guess. Guess you're gonna have to be all right, kids.
And then this
Third
is one. I
seeds.
think the Falcons are in this tier.
Yes.
I think they're right
Jets.
around 17 to 16.
Yes.
Jets, Patriots, Dolphins. No, I'm kidding. Not the
Whoa,
Dolphins. Not the Dolphins.
whoa.
Not the Dolphins.
Chill.
Wait, what are we doing with the
Bengals.
Chargers here? They
Chargers are
can't
there.
be any
Chargers are
higher
there.
than.
Chargers are there, and they're lucky.
Tom.
They're
Had a bye
lucky they're
week.
there.
Had a bye week.
Yeah.
Bengals.
Jets. Oh, I'm putting the Jets there before the Bengals.
Why?
Woo.
Why?
Guys, look at them. They're the Jets, bro. They suck.
Do the Jets not have a better record than the Bengals?
They do.
Uh-huh.
But we're going off of last week.
You want to go off of last week? Tell me what happened to Cincinnati last week. You tell
Lost.
me. How bad? Monumentally bad. Versus a divisional opponent that was 2-5.
That was a thesaurus word right there. He said, "What happened to the Jets last week, Tom?"
I'm really stuck on the Bengals, Patriots, and Jets.
I think the Patriots should get in there for sure.
Give some. When y'all gonna give the Patriots a little bit more respect?
I agree. I'm saying these.
You know-
these
Come on,
teams-
what did I say? This game, they're beating the Jets. When is everybody gonna learn? When's everyone gonna learn?
Yeah, but okay. Do you like the Jets?
All right.
So
Wait,
you
so
gonna
the
put the Jets
Jets
there, or you
have
gonna
to
put
go
the-
there.
Would you
Who
have
are you
picked,
gonna put?
honestly, would you have picked the Patriots if it wasn't for that like 12-0
No.
thing that they
Yeah.
had going on?
You were so high on the Jets.
No. I said I like the Jets more than I like the Giants.
So where are the Giants at?
Well,
The Jets are in this category,
here's
bro.
the thing though: the Jets did lose,
They did.
so that makes it
To the
tough.
Patriots.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So if
That's
we got
why I
the-
said I had a hard time between those three
Yeah.
teams. Because, like, and the Bengals don't look good without Jamar Chase.
So
Like,
here's where 10, 11, 12. There's three teams that go in those three spots. And my three teams, which I don't care which order it is Bengals, Giants, or 49ers for 10, 11, 12.
Giants got to be 10. Bengals and 49ers, in my opinion, got to be 11 and 12.
I disagree.
Well, what do you disagree with?
All right. Let's list off teams that the 49ers are better than.
I'm sorry. I got 49ers in the top.
Bengals,
Well, then
Titans. I'm not going to say Seahawks.
Titans,
I should.
Titans.
Giants, Dolphins. They're better than those teams.
Say that again one more time.
It's too many teams, bro. I can't repeat that. But I am fine with not doing it right now.
I think
turn a
they
new
need
leaf
to,
here.
Yeah.
But
I think that's too
I
quick
just
of a
can't
jump.
imagine not having them in the top 10.
They've lost, but they're 4-4.
Bro, you have the Bengals in your top 10.
I know, but let me finish my sentence, dog.
All right, homie, let's go.
They beat the Rams, okay, lost to the Chiefs, and then lost to the Falcons the game before that.
Okay.
So why is that screaming, let's put them number 7?
Dang good team, bro.
That's in your opinion. You
Nick
want them
Bosa's
to be.
back, bro.
Okay.
He's back.
What did he do so far?
Oh, he freaking went crazy.
I mean, the 49ers beat the Seahawks pretty bad already this year, 27-7 or something.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, they did. They did, but
Bless you and your family.
Thank you so much.
they did. But then the
Is
next
that an anime
week,
T-shirt?
This?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, thank goodness.
they did. But then the next week they lost to the
Hentai.
Broncos.
They did. Who has a great defense? It was a defensive battle.
Yeah, but so did the 49ers.
Are we talking week 3 or 2?
You
here?
brought up week 2.
You're the one that's been bringing up the past
No,
games.
you said they beat the Seahawks. So then I went back and
I
looked
did
at what
not
happened.
say that.
He said that,
Joe
and then
said
you
it. Why
said
say me?
because you said, "Amen, brother."
I was like, oh, nice.
I think it's I think 10, 11, 12 is those 3 teams. Like I said, I don't think that you
I
can
think
put the
you're wrong.
49ers any higher than number 10.
I think you're wrong.
What you're going to put the 49ers higher than 10?
Or at least put them in 10, bro.
Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Sick.
Where were the Giants at last week? Because I don't
You
think
tell
we should
me.
really
I wasn't
punish
here
the
last
Giants too much for losing to a team that we also have in the top 10. It's not like they
Sure.
lost to a crappy team.
We had the Giants at 6.
6. So I think dropping them down to
Oh.
10 is very good.
Well, what if you put them at 9?
At 9.
Because
What
okay,
are
do
the
you want this list
Seahawks?
to be?
Exactly,
who do I
dude.
want this list to be? I
Yeah,
want.
What do you want in 11 and 12?
The Bengals have to be there. Can we agree
In
with
where?
that?
In
In
11
11 and 12.
Okay, yes, I want that.
Thank you. Can
Okay.
we agree with that? After that, the Dolphins have to be there.
Why?
Because the Dolphins are mid-60, dude.
Okay, why? Tell me
Who's
why they're
better?
mid-60s.
Who's better? Who's
Tell me
better?
why they're mid-60s since Tua came back whenever they've literally
Their
won every game that
defense-
Tua has played.
One thing that I love coming into this season was I was expecting their defense to be a top 5 defense. The talent is there, but they give up points,
Okay,
man.
so
And they really put
expecting-
pressure. They put so much pressure on Tua in that offense to put up tons of passing yards, which right now they are doing. Well, for the most part. That first
Tua-
game Tua came back was ugly.
Yeah,
was.
That was
the
ugly.
first game he came back after a concussion, which who knows how nervous he was. He won this game. He came back. He came back against the Detroit Lions, wherever the Detroit Lions were up pretty big, and got them a dub.
Tua, you can't blame Tua at all.
Detroit
He's looking
Lions.
great.
Yeah.
But the
Hey.
defense is such a concern.
You're
It
right.
is,
Such a
but the
concern.
offense is also concerningly good.
But again, punish them whenever they do something
Do
wrong.
they have a top 5 offense in your guys' opinion?
Top what? Offense?
Let me think. Okay, so Chiefs, Eagles, Bills.
I mean, the Raiders did have the top 3 scoring points before this week.
I think they do actually. I'm looking at
That's what
these
I'm
teams. I
saying.
think they do. Who else is above them?
You could I wouldn't even argue.
Seattle?
No.
No. With what? DK
Well-
Metcalf?
Well, Kenneth Walker would be doing nice.
They got
He
a run game.
is.
They got a run game.
I would say yes.
You want- if
I would
you-
say
I
yes.
would
They have
say
a top
yeah.
5.
I would
with,
say
with
yeah.
Waddle and Hill, and they've
Yeah.
been playing really well.
And Tua.
They're pretty close to the top 5.
That's they are.
Who do you have top 5 then?
There's no way you don't have them
The
5.
top
You just
3
realized
teams-
what you
the
asked.
top
The
3 teams.
49ers
No, I just
the
asked it as an
49ers, I'd
open
probably
as
have
an
top
open
5.
question. As an open question, I just
Maybe.
asked it. I mean,
I'd take Tua over Jimmy G though.
Yeah.
I'll probably have a number 5.
That's what I would have
Yeah,
them too.
that's fine. So let's make them number 7 and not 11.
But like, here's my concern. Okay.
But
Okay,
it's your
sure.
concern. It's not
Okay,
happened
no,
yet.
this is stuff that has happened. Tua
Save.
goes down.
Yeah.
He did.
Struggle without Tua.
Yeah.
Tua comes back. Struggle with Tua versus maybe the worst team in the NFL. 3rd worst team in the NFL. And then he comes back.
Yeah.
And they struggled
Hold on,
versus
hold
the
on.
Lions
Hold
for a
on.
while, like a long time, and
Hold
had to
on.
storm back in that game just to beat the Lions,
Pause.
who are the worst
Pause.
team in the NFL.
Defense struggled.
The offense struggled in the beginning of that game too.
In the
It was
Steelers
inconsistent.
in the Steelers game, they struggled the whole
Tua
game.
should have threw
Steelers,
5
yes.
interceptions versus the Steelers.
That's the Steelers game.
And then versus the Lions, who right now have the number 1 pick, the worst team in the NFL.
No, Texans.
Right now, the Lions have the number 1 pick. The worst team in the NFL.
Okay.
Really had a tight one with them, and they got down early in that game. Bad. And they weren't scoring in the beginning of that game.
I think the Dolphins are a better team than the Titans.
But where did that come from?
Because he wants to put the Titans above them. I would put the
Oh,
Titans
but
at
what-
11 and
no,
12
I
before I'd
do.
put the Dolphins or the 49ers there.
I disagree.
I think Ryan Tannehill is subpar. I think Malik Willis clearly showed that he's not ready for the NFL. I
Well,
think
that does-
Derrick
that-
Henry can't
Malik
have those
Willis
So-
games every week.
So let me ask you guys this.
It does if Tannehill goes down. And again, Tannehill talked about how
they
he's not
still
even
won't
potentially going to be a starter this season at the beginning of the
He's
season.
going to be a starter.
Now he is, yes,
Oh,
but I'm
heck
saying
yeah,
like
he
they
is.
clearly aren't high on Tannehill either.
Let me ask you this.
But he won 5 games in a row.
Let me ask
4,
you.
and then Malik Willis
Let
won.
me ask you this.
Okay.
10 and 11. Do you have the Giants at 10 or the 49ers at 10? If you had to put those two teams
If
in
I had to rank 10 and 11,
10 and 11, 49ers and Giants, which one do you have?
I mean, me personally would have the 49ers above the Giants.
What did you
I
have?
had 49ers. over
What
the
did you
Giants.
have?
Yeah, I'd probably have the 49ers over the Giants.
So we want to do 10 and 11 Giants, 49ers and Giants?
Well, no, because I don't think we could put the Dolphins or the Titans above either of those two teams.
You don't think you could put the Titans or the Dolphins above the 49ers or the Giants?
I feel like the Dolphins or Titans need to be 10 and then go from there.
the Dolphins or Titans need to be 10.
Yeah,
I don't like the Titans. So
I don't either.
I think they're
a
better.
fraud 5-2 team.
Wow. I mean,
Yes.
5
Games
and
they've played, they can't pass the ball.
they can't.
Are
But
the
what does that
Giants
matter?
frauds?
I like the Giants more than the Titans. I'm not saying
Are the
Giants
Giants frauds?
No.
The Titans'
Still.
defense is good though.
That was a close game with Seattle, and I picked Seattle to win that game. It wasn't like that was like a blow.
I'm not saying that was a deciding factor for the Giants.
How
By
I
any
would
means.
go, I would have it go
Giants are a great fourth quarter team. That means a lot in the NFL.
Titans, Dolphins, Giants, 49ers.
Oh,
That's how I'd have it.
let's put the Bills at number 1. Let's put the Bills at number 1.
No.
Yes.
I agree with that.
All right, let's do that real quick.
That's
That's a
so.
three.
We could work our way down
Well,
too.
how
Well,
about-
here's the thing. I can't even fight it that much. But like, come
let's put the
on.
Eagles at 2. What do you guys
Let's
think?
put the Eagles
Yeah,
at
I
2.
agree with
I
that.
agree
I
with
agree
that.
with
Yeah.
Why?
Chiefs at 3?
Yeah.
Chiefs at 3. Chiefs at 3. You can't punish them for
Yeah, that sounds cool.
having a bye week. Now
Keep
4.
it consistent here.
4? I'm not hot. I'm not.
I'm at
know,
I
man.
I
don't
say
have a solid 4.
I say Vikings, but I wouldn't disagree with the Cowboys.
I
Yeah.
think.
And again,
I kind of want to say Cowboys. I think it has to be the Vikings.
I'm
I think it
taking
has
the
to be
Vikings.
There we go.
It has to be the Vikings.
I'll say last year, I'm waiting for this to happen with the Cowboys. Last year, Cowboys had a fantastic start.
Yeah.
Same amount of weeks.
Mhm.
Then they played the Broncos, got blown out, and then they sucked the rest of the season. I'm waiting for that to happen to them.
Do
this
they
year.
play the Broncos this year?
I don't know. Probably not. But that's all I could think about. It's going to happen.
All right.
You think they're gonna fall off?
They're going to be in the playoffs, but I don't know. I do think they're going to kind of do it.
Who's a more legit Super Bowl contender, the Cowboys or the Vikings?
Wow, they play in 2 weeks. Cowboys
do
and
that.
Vikings.
Nice.
Yeah, they
I
play the
think
Packers this
Cowboys,
week.
personally.
Dang, the Cowboys have an
Because of the defense.
Yeah.
interesting
And
schedule.
again, Dak isn't bad. Zeke isn't bad. Pollard isn't bad. Like, you have options. CeeDee Lamb.
Diggs is starting to get picks again.
Diggs trying to get picks again.
Micah's started. Well, he's always.
Mike
been
is
good.
always a dominant force.
The Cowboys could fall
Think about getting
off.
a tattoo.
It's going to happen. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
fine.
They could fall off. They have a really interesting schedule. It's like, wow,
I mean,
Who's gonna fall off, the Cowboys or the Vikings?
Cowboy. They. Could,
Okay.
I don't think they will, but they could. They have the potential to fall off.
but even if they fall off a bit, with the NFC how it is, they're getting to a point now where it's going to be like they're really going to have to fall off to miss the playoffs.
No, they're going to make the play. I'm not saying they're going to make the
Yeah.
playoffs. I'm not saying that.
6, I have the Ravens.
Let's scroll down. Let's see what we're looking at here.
Man, you know what?
They just got
I
Roquan
love-
Smith.
I will say it.
Yeah.
They got Roquan
Their
Smith.
playing to win now. Roquan Smith's a big addition.
Yep.
Huge.
He's a big addition.
Literally.
And they didn't get him like for necessarily super cheap, in my opinion. I mean, he's definitely worth a second round and mid
Well,
round.
they want to make sure Lamar potentially has a reason to come back.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
How about
don't
you give him a receiver? How about
Yeah,
that?
Well,
Now we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 7, I personally
I
have the
said my
Dolphins.
list. I think
Okay.
Seahawks, which is weird to say.
I was gonna say that too.
It's just weird to say.
Do I believe it?
No.
Nope. But do
Uh-uh.
I think maybe we have to do it?
I think we do.
Is it fair?
It's fair.
It'd be unfair if we didn't, right? What in the heck are you looking at?
Just looking at the list.
I truly believe
You
it has to be the Seahawks.
you don't put
because
the
they
Titans.
did beat the 6-1.
Yes.
Giants. But you don't put the Titans over them.
I think I'm the only one that like kind of likes the
I
Titans
don't
here.
put the Titans over.
Why do I like
do
the
you
Titans?
like the Titans, man?
I mean,
I just
you
feel like
can't argue with it.
Titans
because
are
we have
12.
to give these teams respect, right?
Yeah.
They're
Or 11.
frauds.
I'm
They're
sorry.
frauds.
But like whenever I was saying that the Giants are frauds, nobody else was letting that fly. But whenever you guys are saying the Titans are frauds, why am I supposed to let that fly?
I'm
Right.
not saying the
yeah,
Titans
you
are
can argue it.
frauds.
I'm not stopping you from arguing it. We argued with you. You can
It's
argue
a
with
five
us.
game. It's a 5-game win streak.
It
It's
is.
going to be it's cruise control for the rest of the season.
Well,
Not
they
that
play
really.
they play the Chiefs next week.
Okay, sure, but I mean, like they could lose to the Chiefs and they could lose the next game. They're still going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Seahawks just, I mean,
I
the record not being as good as the Titans. Like I think they're very comparable teams, but the fact that the Seahawks are 4-3 and the Titans are 5-2 with 5 wins in a row, that's why I have them higher than
The
the
Seahawks
Seahawks.
passing game is crazy to say. It's so much better than the Titans.
It is.
well, yeah, of course, sure,
But-
it is.
I just think.
And the
I think
Seahawks
that-
have
I think
Kenneth
the
Walker,
I
who's
think the
playing great.
Seahawks should be above the Titans.
Okay, yeah.
You do think so?
I do.
Wow, that's weird.
They're more consistent than the Titans in the
They
fact
have
that
a
I just
pass game.
I
They have a run
trust
game.
them
Their
more.
defense is
They're not
surprisingly-
more consistent than the Titans.
I know. I'm saying in the fact that I trust them more. They have a more consistent pass game with a consistent run game. It's so much more balanced, and I will say, I mean, I like how the defense is playing more than I like the Titans, but I don't know. I don't want to just dog on the Titans because they're on a 5-game win streak. I know it started slow for them, and no, I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender by any means.
I don't think the Seahawks are either, though. Personally,
The Seahawks.
I mean,
the big
sure,
thing,
yeah.
The Seahawks lost to the Saints, and then they almost lost to the Lions,
Almost.
and then they
Well,
lost.
that's
to
why
the
it's
Falcons.
tough because it is the Seahawks. We're talking the Seahawks are in here. We're talking about the Jets now. We're talking about the Giants now. Like these are teams that we weren't supposed to be talking about.
Right.
We weren't supposed to be talking about these teams, and we have to talk about these teams.
Dolphins.
Gosh, we weren't supposed to be talking about like the Raiders in 28-32. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't supposed to go like this.
You okay? You gonna cry?
Let's put the Seattle Seahawks there.
At where?
7.
7.
Yeah.
Over the Dolphins.
It's crazy though too, because like Seahawks if they play the 49ers, which they are going to again.
They did. They did.
I know, and the 49ers won. I like the 49ers so much more than the Seahawks still.
Yeah, I do too.
So do I.
So why wouldn't the 49ers go there?
Bro, I'm trying to be fair
yeah, it
here.
hasn't
They're the
happened
top of the NFC West. They just came off of a very good victory.
exactly.
Like they're the team that is moving forward a little bit better than the 49ers right now.
Like I'd put the 49ers now at 8.
I would love that. I'm thrilled to
Yeah,
hear this
I did
from
too,
you guys
yeah.
because I wanted this for the 49ers and I didn't think I was going to get it. I thought that my best case scenario is 49ers would be 10 for this tier list here.
Well, I think the
NFL
Dolphins are 10.
sucks this year, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's like 3,
There's
4
three
contenders.
There's like
And then it's just everybody else.
You want to put the Titans and the Dolphins below the 49ers?
What is it about the 49ers? Because the
They're
49ers are
They had one good win this week. They've had one good win. The game before that, they lost to the Chiefs. The game before that, they lost to the Falcons. Pretty handily, too. So why after one game, you want to put them above the Titans, who have won 5 in a row? The Dolphins, who haven't looked the greatest since Tua's injury thing come back. But, like, I would argue I'd be okay with the Dolphins one, but...
Can you say? Yeah, I was gonna say the Dolphins had
I'd be
one
okay
good week since Tua came back.
I'd be okay with the Dolphins being ahead of the 49ers. right now.
Like the
I
49ers
would
just
too.
they haven't shown it yet. They haven't.
What has?
I still think. Oh man.
What are the Dolphins showing?
They started
That their
off
defense
so
can't
hot.
Stop anybody?
What
Their
if we
defense
did-
is the biggest concern for them.
What if we did this and
Some
you
would say
guys
that's
might
the
be
most
mad
important
about
part
this?
of a team.
I would go Giants, Dolphins,
Whoa.
49ers, Titans.
I have Giants at 11.
You have Titans out of your top 10.
I don't have the Titans in the top 10.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
I don't.
But you
know.
can't back it up with having them
I think
over
Derrick
or under.
Henry is the only good part of their team. I think Ryan
They
Tannehill.
can't pass
So
the
why
ball.
pun-
the teams
but-
they've beaten are
But why
freaking
punish
weak.
them for that?
I
If
don't think
Derrick-
in the
you're
11
punish-
spot is punishment.
but putting them under the 49ers, who are
I think the
have a worse.
49ers
Oh, dude,
are
I'm
a better
sorry.
whole team. I
I
think adding Christian McCaffrey to that team
49ers
was
team
huge.
is so much better than the
Yeah.
Titans. I don't
Then
even
why have
think
they
it's
lost
close.
the last 2 out of their 3 games?
Because they played the Chiefs, the Falcons.
The Falcons.
The Falcons played the best game that they've played in years. That game. I don't think
Exactly.
it's because-
That
it's
says a
because-
lot.
It's
49ers,
because
though.
Jimmy G either plays well or he plays really bad.
The thing about
It
that
w-
game is like I don't think that's on the 49ers. The Falcons just
It's
played
not.
out of
The
their
Fal-
minds.
Yeah, that was
Like that was what
Yeah.
happened that game.
yeah.
But
The Titans are not good. I don't care.
Like
I,
and again, I think it is impressive because again, it's a division rival and they swept them. But I think the most impressive thing they've done all season is beat the Colts,
who?
the Titans.
and is
And
that
the Colts
impressive?
exactly? No.
Like, come on.
The most impressive thing that the Titans done all season have
Who have
beat
they
the
beaten?
Colts.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull it up.
Who have
but-
they lost to? That's what I'm more curious about.
The
Because
Giants.
these other
they
these
lost
teams,
to the Giants and the
okay.
Bills.
Yeah, those are
That's
two
two
top 10
very
teams that they
good
lost to.
teams.
No, I agree.
Exactly.
It's not like they're losing to some curtain jerker teams. I mean, they're getting.
They can't
games
beat
done
good
in-
Where do you
teams.
want them? Where do you want the
They
Titans
have
at?
beat good teams. I mean, they haven't lost.
I think
to
they
the
have
bad
to be in the
teams.
top 10. I think they have to be. At
They
least
beat
10.
the bad teams, but they can't win. They got the brakes beat off them by the Bills.
But
which,
then
okay,
run down these other teams then that have lost
Exactly.
games that they shouldn't have.
The 49ers.
49ers, sure.
Again.
The 49ers have lost games that they shouldn't have. At least the Titans are winning those games. I think the 49ers are better. I'm just throwing that out there. Just saying. But, I mean, Ravens blow leads.
Yeah.
I mean, Seattle, I mean, what are they? 5-3 or what? Is that what they are? 5-3? All these teams are losing. Like, there's so many teams that are losing games that they should win. At least the Titans are winning games that they should win. It's not easy. It's not easy to do.
The reason why I still like the Dolphins is because whenever Tua was out is whenever they lost their game. Since Tua's come back, yeah, it hasn't looked the best, but they've won every game. They
I
haven't
think
lost
Tua
within it.
is gonna eventually feel way too pressured to continue this tear that he's on.
Maybe, but right now
I
he's
don't
not.
think it's possible to continue doing what he's doing for the remainder of the season.
Maybe, but what if he does? And again, I don't think we should judge that right now based on something.
I'm
that
not
hasn't
worried
happened
about.
yet.
I'm not worried about him being pressured this season. It's a playoff game. I'd be worried.
Where do
about.
you rank the Dolphins in their own division between them, the Jets,
Second.
the Bills?
I'm second.
I'm
They built the
debating
Bi- They beat the
on-
Bills.
I probably have them 3, maybe 4.
What? Who? Who do you have over them?
You really-
Bills.
No, I know that. And the Patriots or the Jets.
Yeah, who's better? Probably the Patriots because they beat the Jets.
Do you believe
I
that?
mean, the Jets beat the Dolphins pretty bad. Granted, Tua wasn't there, but
The biggest
Tight
concern for
to
the
me.
Dolphins
It's
is the
tight
defense.
between all those
the
teams.
Jets
See,
put
I-
up like 42 points against the Dolphins.
In my opinion, I don't think it's actually that tight. I think it's kind of
Really?
Bills and then Dolphins. Yeah.
You don't think it's close at all
The
between
Patriots, dude, their team, they can have a good scheme, but that Bears game was so bad. They don't know what they're doing on offense. They really don't. But they just have a scheme that will keep them in games. I'm not going to disagree with that, but like
I wish the Dolphins would have just lost to the Steelers.
You're right, but they didn't.
I'm actually
too,
really
me
glad that they
too.
didn't. But like, then I could have been talking about that because they should have freaking lost that game. That was disgustingly
Like,
bad.
do they have the same record as the Titans?
The
Yeah.
Dolphins?
Yeah.
No, they
No,
don't.
I think they have
They-
one extra
they're-
loss, don't they?
They're 5-3. Do we?
And what are the Titans?
5-2.
5-2. Okay,
so one
they
had a
could
bye
be.
week. Yeah.
So they could be the same records.
But
They
they
probably
could.
will.
They're
They
going to
could.
be
They
the
the
same
Chiefs,
record.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
they're gonna be
could
the same
also
record.
not be.
You're right, but I'm saying if we're playing coulds, that could happen.
Let's not look forward to next week. The Titans are in a 5-game win streak.
Who do we like better, Giants or Dolphins?
Giants right now.
Giants.
Actually, I don't know Giants. I
You
do.
like
I
the
do.
Giants better?
Mhm.
What do you like? Giants.
Mhm.
I think we should do.
I put the Giants at 8.
I would. This is what I
Just
think.
because the Seahawks beat them, so I put them a tier below them.
My personal opinion is Titans 8, 49ers 9, Giants 10, Dolphins 11.
I can get down with that.
What do
You can
wanna
get down with
do?
that?
Why do you
Get down
want to
with
put the
that.
Titans 8?
Yeah.
No.
But again, there's no argument for them to be lower than other teams.
Derrick Henry is the only one that's been carrying their team. Ryan Tannehill's
But it's
subpar
worked.
at best.
It's worked.
and so is Tua being in a quarterback
No.
for the Dolphins has worked. Yeah.
Yeah, but their defense is a massive
And what
concern.
has the
Titans
Titans defense
Titans
done?
defense?
It's not that great. No,
But
no,
What
no.
has
it
the
is
Titans
working.
receivers done?
It doesn't matter. They're winning.
So are the
I'm not.
Dolphins.
I'm
No,
not basing
they're
it-
They
not.
have the
I'm-
same record.
I'm
No,
not
they
basing
have
don't.
a bye week.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
only reason they're going to lose to the Chiefs. So
They
next
might.
week they're going to
They
have the
might
same
lose
record.
the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They might
no,
lose
they
the
will.
Chiefs. No, they okay.
They will.
They
so
might
in
clip
that,
that.
In
Xbox
that
clip
case,
that.
In that case,
What, you said the Titans are going to beat the Chiefs?
He said. I said
No,
that he
I'm
said
saying
they
will
will.
beat the
I said they
Chiefs. Or
might.
They will lose to the Chiefs. And
How
'cause
confident
they
are you?
will? Pretty confident, but just for argument standpoint, because they have the same record.
They don't. They're 5-2 and
Titans have
5
a
and
bye
3.
week.
Exactly.
It's not the same record.
It's not the same record.
Okay, it's gonna be the same record.
It might be the same
And
record.
Again, I don't think
Well,
the
and
Titans
then
have done
also-
anything that's been impressive. Derrick Henry has had one good game this entire
No, he
season.
has not.
Yes, he has.
And they
I'll
still,
pull the
and they're
stats
still on
right
a
now.
five game.
I'll
They're
pull
still on
the
a 5
stats
game.
right
Because
now.
the rest of the division is ass. The best thing they've done is beat the Colts. Like Joe said, the two good teams that they played, good teams, which is the Giants and who else?
Bills.
Bills good. Giants, said they're a fraud, and they lost.
I think they're fraud.
200 yards this game. 120 yards the game before that. 100 yards the game before that. Where is this bad
That's
game?
not going to
That's
get
not-
you anywhere.
yeah.
This is a
it
passing
has.
league,
It
dude.
has, though.
Against
Then why
bad
has it?
teams. They're beating teams down here.
Exactly.
Okay, so why are we faulting them for that? We're faulting them for beating
Because
teams
it's
that they
not
should.
just about record to me.
But so we're faulting them for beating teams that they should, where the 49ers are
I
losing
don't
to
think-
teams where they
Okay,
shouldn't
so
have.
the Eagles are undefeated. They're number 2.
What? Okay, so we're gonna talk about the Eagles now.
I don't
I'm
think
just
11
saying,
is
it's not just about
faulting.
record.
Okay, but the 49ers lost to the Falcons. They
Yes.
should have won that game
Why?
because they are a better team than the Falcons. Yes or no?
On paper.
Okay, so why are we gonna award them for that and fault the Titans
Because
for
I'm
not
looking
losing?
at what the Titans have done. And
Exactly.
that's lost to the two good teams that they've played.
Oh, that was
Okay.
week
Which
1 and
is
2.
the
Then. That
Giants?
was week 1 and 2.
Who cares?
That's where I'm just stuck on. This is a team that's on a 5-game win streak, regardless of who
Against
they beat. A
bad
5-game win
teams.
streak is not easy to do. How many teams?
But the
this year is on a
Giants
5-game?
did it, and you hated them
Exactly.
hard on it.
But we're talking about them right
They're in
now.
the top 10,
Yeah,
though.
but
They
you
were
gave
sick.
them
They were
crap.
ranked-
You said that they were frauds.
They
and that's
were
what we're
ranked
doing
sixth.
about
Yeah,
But we're still
Titans,
putting them up there, though. We're still putting them up
Yes,
there.
I still allowed them to be in the top 10, even though I disagreed with it. You have to
What
give
do
the
you
team
like about the
respect.
Titans besides Derrick Henry and that they've won 5 straight?
I mean, there's what I don't know what to tell you. They've been a team, and I know I shouldn't look back to last year, but how can I fault a team that finished number 1 in the AFC, number 1, and now they come back the next season and are winning again? How can I fault that?
I don't think you're faulting that because the teams that we're putting above them, I think, are also doing the exact same thing.
The 49ers aren't doing this exact same thing.
Okay, then argue that instead of the Dolphins.
What are
He
you talking
is.
about? I am arguing that. You're trying to
So
put the 49ers above them, and I'm telling you
said
not
you wanted
to.
Dolphins in 11.
Okay, or 10 or 11. I don't really care.
I think the Dolphins should be above the Titans because I think they've done more impressive things this season, including beating the Bills. The only team that beat the Bills this entire season was the Dolphins.
The thing that
Okay,
I'm just
that's
most stuck
back.
on, I'm just going to leave it at this, because this is a power rankings for this week. The past 2 weeks, the Dolphins to me have not looked impressive. They have been
Right.
They have been underperforming.
But you're saying you can't fault a team for winning, and they won.
This is
They did beat the Steelers.
this is based off
beating
the
the
last
the
few weeks. Right?
Lions.
This
And
is
they beat the Lions, but
based off
these
the
are
last
two
week.
teams that are in 28 to 32.
That's what the Titans are beating down here too. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
So
I know.
why are you faulting the Dolphins for doing the same thing?
Okay, but tell me the past few weeks. The Titans are on a 5-game win streak. The Dolphins are not on a 5-game win streak.
Here's the thing, right?
Because Tua was hurt. He was out. Isn't that
okay.
the only game
Exactly.
they lost
So
or
their
something?
defense couldn't step up.
Exactly. And Tannehill went
Was
out,
out.
and
Malik
they
Willis
came in with
in.
Malik Willis, and he didn't do anything, and they still won.
That's why they have
Oh,
to be
'cause
ahead
of
of the
Derrick
Dolphins.
Henry.
Texans.
But the
I literally
Texans
told you
were
they're gonna
a
win
favorite
because of
versus
him,
the
and that was
Titans.
it.
Yeah, but
doesn't matter.
the Dolphins did it against who?
The Bills.
No, the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
We're
the
not-
last 2 weeks.
That's the thing. We have to base this off of the last week or two at most.
So if you base it on the last week or two,
Okay.
both teams, Dolphins and the Titans, have beaten bottom feeder teams.
Okay.
Do we agree with that?
Okay.
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
So if we go back, because they're pretty equal right there based on that stance.
Right.
So if we go back a little farther and look at what they've done this season, the Titans haven't done anything really superior besides beat the Colts. I think that's the highlight of their season.
That's where I disagree with you because no matter who they beat or didn't beat, I think a 5-game win streak is something that should. It's
And
an
they beat 'em
accolade.
twice.
That
But
is
if you
superior.
beat 5 of the worst teams in the NFL, is that an
Teams
accolade?
don't do it. Teams don't do it. And we know it because we see how tight the NFL is, especially this season with all these teams disappointing and bad teams doing well. That is not easy to do. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how bad the teams
I
are.
agree, but I'm saying
That to me is that's what's impressive
But
to
the
the Titans.
is impressive, but like they're just not. It's like when the Steelers went 11-0. We know dang well that season they were not a contender. But yes, somehow
I wouldn't say they're not a contender. I would say people were arguing that they were the number 1 seed and that, or like the number 1 team in the NFL, and I think that was the biggest argument. That was the argument that because the Steelers were 11-0, and a lot of people are saying no, they're not number 1 in the power rankings.
Okay. So here's
And that was something that we had to accept because we knew that they weren't number 1. But it's not like they weren't a contender.
the Dolphins next.
They got the brakes beat out of them in the playoffs against the Browns,
Yeah.
just like the Titans lost last year in the first. I mean, they're not good teams.
But I mean, at the time they were a contender. 11-0, you're a
Yeah, but
contender.
the Dolphins are facing.
The Dolphins next.
And I'm
three-
not even calling the Titans a contender.
The Dolphins' next 3 games are the Bears, Browns, and Texans.
Don't even want to look at it.
Yeah, but
That
what?
would put them. No, I'm saying that would put them on a 5-game win streak. Do you think after that they would be super impressive?
Okay, so now let's say they
'Cause
don't
those
do
are all
it.
bad
But
teams.
let's say they don't
Sure,
do it.
that's impressive. Yeah, let's let it happen. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. I think it will.
So-
happen.
8. It's like 8. I don't care. I don't really care if it's the Dolphins or the Titans. But I don't think the Giants or the 49ers. I think
We're all mixed up with this, bro. No one's in agreement with anything because I still think the 49ers are better than all these teams.
Oh.
Well, so do I.
Can we put the Giants at 8?
I
Boom.
think the Giants should go to 8,
The only team that lost this week. Okay, cool.
which is weird. But yeah, this is such a weird thing.
All right. Okay, now we're gonna have a vote here.
Okay.
Hands up for 49ers.
Or what's the other option?
Well, we're gonna do it for each one. Hands up for 49ers at 9. That's 2. Hands
Okay.
up for Titans at 9. Hands up for Dolphins at 9. Mother F, TJ, were you not saying this whole time that the Titans are better than the Dolphins? This whole mother freaking time.
I was saying that they were better than the 49ers. And I do think they're better. I think now they're better than the Dolphins. But, all right, fine. I'll change my vote. Now the 49ers get there. Cool.
Come on.
49ers, let's go. All right, and
Everything we just did went down the
Oh,
drain.
This is where we disagree upon, so it's just what
I
it is
think
what it is.
Dolphins and Titans. That's what I would vote.
I disagree, but
I will put the Titans in 10 just because of their win streak, but they're frauds. I do not like them.
Okay.
But because of their win streak.
Wow. I mean,
So you gave up on yourself.
If
just like
the
that.
Dolphins,
A win streak is impressive. I'm not saying it's not, but this is a fraud team.
Okay,
Well, then so are the Giants.
that's completely fine.
I'm not saying I like the Giants better than the Titans. I'm not saying the Giants are a fraud team. I know
We
that.
have the Giants above the Titans. I think that's fair. And if the Dolphins win these next 3 games versus these scrub opponents,
No, it does matter. The
Respect.
Dolphins are clearly, in my opinion, better than the Titans, and I think the majority, if not everybody, sees that.
They are better.
They-
than the Titans.
they won-
They are better than the Titans.
They're better than.
I
the
will
Titans.
say-
I think they should be 10.
I will
I don't
say.
care about a win.
I
right
will say.
now,
Yeah, right now.
I will say the Titans were able to win without their starting quarterback, and the Dolphins weren't.
Yeah, but I don't think that necessarily matters.
Why?
Because the Dolphins have not lost with their starting quarterback, and the Titans have lost with their starting quarterback. So I think that's even worse.
The Dolphins have not lost.
Ryan Tannehill has lost this season. Tua has not.
Tua hasn't lost at all. Can we fact check that?
Yeah.
He hasn't
that's-
lost.
that's-
this
he has
season.
not
He
lost.
hasn't lost. this
So
season.
I think that's more impressive if you've won every game with your starter rather than losing with your starter and
But
just winning one game with a backup.
If the Titans were to
Which-
lose their starter, they don't necessarily have to worry. Whereas the Dolphins, you do have to worry.
You do have to worry because Malik Willis looked terrible, and the only
No,
reason why
both
they won
teams
that
should
game,
worry.
the only
Huh.
reason why they won that game is Derrick Henry. The
but
only
who's to
reason.
say they can't do that every single game?
because they can't.
Because
They
So
have. They have done it.
Where
before in the
does
past.
that get them?
Huh?
Where does that get them?
Number 1 seed in the playoffs.
Last year, remember that? How did he do?
They didn't do great once they got there, but they got there.
We got to move on.
And so I think it should be the Dolphins, honestly.
I think it's the Titans.
I think it's Dolphins.
Dolphins
and
are a better
Titans.
team,
They
but
are,
I-
which is what we're ranking. The power rankings. Which one is
But
more
it's
powerful?
based off of
and
the
not about
last
which one has
week.
the best streak.
Best week or last
Best
week,
streak is
maybe
what I said.
the last 2 weeks.
I don't think they've had good weeks.
Dolphins have looked worse than the Titans have the last 2 weeks.
I don't even know if that's
That's
I don't even
true.
know if that's true.
That is a true
You
statement.
think the Titans looked impressive against the Texans Sunday?
I
With a
would say-
backup quarterback? Yeah.
Who did what? One interception in under 50 yards passing
Yeah, and they won.
with Derrick Henry. I don't think that's impressive.
But you can't fault them for having Derrick Henry.
No, but I'm saying I think that's their only point. Take Derrick
Yeah,
Henry
but
away. What do you
what
have?
Yeah, but
did-
who,
what
ha-
did
who
the
has who
Dolphins
has a
do?
team with a running back that they could just rely on to get 200 yards versus another team to like take over and carry like that? I don't think any other team can do that.
The Browns potentially with Chubb. Saquon Barkley this year with the Giants.
Yeah, but the Dolphins last week almost lost to the Lions. So it's like,
But they didn't.
again, but the Titans didn't.
The Titans, what did they beat the Texans by? Was
17. It was
point?
17 to 10.
Okay, so 7 points to the Texans.
And they almost lost to the Lions by a field goal, 31 to 27.
And
who
again,
was
I'm not
arguably a
even
worse. I
arguing
don't even
that.
know if it's the worst team.
Yeah.
But we're saying the
I'm
last 2 weeks, which team has looked better? The Titans. Put them at 10.
That's why I'm not even big on the Titans. I just think
I just
they
don't
have to
think-
get this respect, man. They have to get this respect. I do not think the Titans are like legit Super Bowl contenders or whatever. But if you win 5
So
games
what do you
in a
want to
row,
do? Just put them in the top 10 for 1 week just that way they could feel good?
no,
I'm
mean,
not
they
doing
should've been.
that.
I thought they should be in the top 10 the past like 2 or 3 weeks before this.
This is like what we did with the Jets last week. We put them in the top 10 just because we were like, oh, they're doing good. And then they got their backs blown out, basically.
Huh?
I mean,
Like, I'm not
you
just
don't
going to
think
put
they
a team there
deserve to
because
be in there?
I think the Dolphins are better than them. And so
yeah, but
in
what
my
the
power
last
rankings,
2
I'm putting
weeks?
that.
The last 2 weeks, do you think the Dolphins have been better than the Titans?
In my opinion, it doesn't matter with the last 2 weeks.
Why?
Because
this is a
again,
weekly
that-
power
I
ranking.
think the
matters.
Titans haven't done anything impressive this entire season.
Okay, but this is a weekly power ranking.
Yeah.
Weekly, not. I mean, we are taking in the full year into account.
If the Dolphins would have lost, I would have said okay. But
Okay,
again,
they
in my
didn't.
opinion, the Vikings haven't done anything super impressive this entire season. They beat one team, which I think was the Ravens, which I thought was impressive. They've slipped by all of these teams this entire season, but we have them at 4.
Okay.
I don't think we could fault the Dolphins for, again, winning and just slipping by.
The Titans have
For
also
2
been
games.
winning. The Titans have also been winning, though. So why are we faulting them?
I'm
If
not
anything-
faulting them. I'm saying the Dolphins are better. So I'm not just going to put the Titans because they have a 5-game record against bottom 5, bottom feeder teams.
The Dolphins are better than the Titans. And I
Yes.
don't really understand where the argument is besides the. I mean, okay, yeah, 5. You're going to say
Exactly.
5-game win streak.
I don't
but
get it either.
The Titans.
I think that's just enough. Like I
don't think
how
it's
is that
enough.
not
The-
respectful
because it's a
enough
power
to go on
rankings.
a 5-game win streak in the NFL.
Against bottom feeder teams, and in my opinion, again, the Dolphins are more impressive than them.
The Dolphins.
Let's let the Dolphins go on a 5-game win streak. They have it set up for them.
Again,
yeah.
it's against
Set up
bottom
for
feeders teams. So they should also do what the Titans have
You're
done
right.
if they are that team.
I just look at what the Dolphins have done this season and what the Titans have done this season. I think Dolphins are better.
Based off the
If
last
they
2
would play
weeks,
tomorrow, I would have Dolphins winning.
the last
sure,
two,
they've had
I've really
they've
just-
had better.
It's mind blowing that you guys really think the
I
Titans
know.
are better than the Dolphins.
They have had-
That's actually mind blowing to me.
Right now, I
Titans
think
can't
you
even
have
put
to
up
have-
more than what
No.
20 points or so. Like I mean,
the last 2 weeks though, because again, weekly power ranking, the Dolphins almost lost to the Steelers, which is a bottom feeder team, and then they almost lost to the Lions, which is a bottom feeder team, where the Titans have beaten the Colts twice now, which again, bottom
to
feeder
you
team.
that's easy.
Huh?
To you that's easy.
Yeah, but to you it's not. And then they beat the Texans again, bottom feeder team.
Uh-huh.
So which one?
Let's look at the last month, even with Tua out with injury. Look at the last month
Without
as
a
a
quarterback.
whole. What was the best game that the Dolphins played? What was the best game? The last month, the last 4 games, the last month, the most recent last
I'm
month.
guessing
What
it was the game after the Bengals, which I don't know what that game was.
The game after the
They lost to
Bengals
the Jets
was the
after that.
Jets, which they lost to 40-17. They lost to the Bengals 27-15. The Vikings they lost to also.
So
and then
their best game is a win versus the Lions that they had to fight back in and win. That's kind of where my argument is at.
No, I agree with that.
And
but
this is a past month.
again,
Okay, this is a past month.
Right.
The past month, the Titans have won every game and then won.
I just
I
think
don't-
it's
it's not-
so hard to, again, fault them for what they've done so far. And again, that's beat the Patriots, beat the Ravens, beat the Bills. And then again, when Tua was out, lost. But since Tua has been back, they've won every game they've been in. They have an impressive wins. The Titans haven't had
Those
an
last
impressive
2
win.
weeks were not impressive.
No, I'm saying they have impressive wins this season. The Titans do not.
I
Sure,
think
but
there's
this is over a month ago.
But you always saw like last week was being impressive. Like to me, the Titans against the Texans wasn't impressive.
No,
the
that was
Texans
bad.
looked so bad. I don't care if Malik Willis
Yeah.
was in there. Like that's not an impressive win to me.
It's not an impressive win, but it's impressive to go in with a backup quarterback no matter what the team is and win.
Whereas the
Sure.
Dolphins weren't able to do that. There's
But,
more
I
of a
mean,
reason.
You want to say with a backup quarterback, you could have put some Joe Schmo out there. You just give it to Henry, and they win. It doesn't. I mean, what?
So why are we faulting for them for that?
Look,
There's more of a reason to fault the
bro,
Dolphins than
let's
there's
be
the
real for a
Titans.
second.
No, I
Just
disagree.
in reality, if we really want to look towards the future, say the Titans lose to the Chiefs and the Dolphins get their nice easy victory. That is enough for me to put the Dolphins ahead of the Titans next week, but it is not good enough
Who would you
for me
pick
to
if
put
they
them ahead
played-
of right now.
If they played tomorrow, who are you picking? The Dolphins or the Titans?
Do they have Ryan
whoever's
Tannehill or
at
Malik
home.
Willis?
Whatever. What do they have? Who do they have? I don't know what
I don't
Ryan
know- I don't know
Tannehill's
who's
injury is.
starting.
Whoever's at home.
Whoever's at home, even with Malik. Let's say Malik Willis, because I don't think Tannehill.
Oh, okay, well then.
Well,
let's
no,
say,
I'm saying
let's
next
say
week.
Tua is
Let's say
out.
they play next week. Well, Tua isn't.
Okay, well,
I just tell you
hel-
right
two
now,
healthy
power
teams.
rankings.
whoever's
It's
at
power
home.
rankings.
Whoever's at home.
Whoever's at home.
Whoever the home team is, give them to me.
Okay, I'm not changing my mind. I'm saying Dolphins 10. We could do whatever we want. I think Dolphins are a better
I'm cool
team.
with
than
putting
they've
the
been in
Dolphins there next week if everything goes like we think it is.
Okay.
But I cannot get down with just ripping the Titans to shred on a 5-game win streak.
I
Whenever
don't
the
think
past
one
month the
tier-
Dolphins haven't really even looked good.
One
the past
tier
month.
below the Dolphins at 11, I don't think is ripping the Titans.
I don't think it's ripping the Dolphins either. Then
There has to be some reason.
I think it is because I think the Dolphins are a superior team compared to the
they
Titans.
were.
Again,
I would
this
definitely
month.
say that like
Yeah, they
over
are.
a month ago. But this is a whole month that has passed,
Right.
and they haven't looked better than the Titans.
they have not.
And again, those are in
Two of those
the
games, they didn't
games
have their
where
quarterback.
Tua has
though.
it. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
saying
but
where
they didn't
Tua
have
hasn't played.
one of their games. They didn't have their quarterback.
Because they had
Right,
their
exactly.
That was one
That-
game.
no, that's
They could have
true,
had the
though.
water boy on the sideline come in there, and they would have won.
That
So
is
why are we
credit to the
faulting them?
Titans. That is big
Exactly.
time credit to the Titans.
And their
If they-
defense is able to hold freaking, again, bottom tier teams, but the Dolphins' defense
congratulations.
couldn't do that. So why are we faulting the? It's the Titans at 10, in my opinion. Dolphins at
blasphemy.
11. If not, we can play rock paper scissors right now.
All right, let's do rock paper.
You already
scissors.
said Titans.
No,
You're gonna
I'm
switch back?
no, I'm not.
Okay,
'Cause
rock,
I do
paper,
think the
scissors.
Dolphins are just so much better.
Look
Rock,
at the
paper,
past
scissors.
month.
The Dolphins are better.
Listen,
Tom.
this is a tier list for
Dolphins
this
are a
week.
better team,
for this,
Tom.
They
Dolphins
are.
are
They're
better
a
But
better
it-
team.
their
but
best
again-
win was their comeback that they had to get versus the Lions, who are the worst ranked team in the NFL, the
Out of
number
the past-
32 team.
Out of the past 2 games where Tua has played, yes.
I
But
think
again,
that,
what
yeah,
has
and
the
Tua's
Titans done all
played.
season? Beat the
5-game win
Colts
streak.
barely.
But why should they be faulted for beating teams? Again,
I don't think they are faulted.
Again, I'm not even calling the Titans a good team. Can we just respect this for a second? I'm not calling the Titans a great team, okay? I'm really not. But just how are we looking at these teams right now? And the Titans are on this win streak, and the Titans did it without their backup quarterback, whenever the Dolphins couldn't do it without their backup quarterback. And the Dolphins' defense has been giving up all these points lately. Like, why can't we just see a solid game from the Dolphins real quick before we go back and give
Because
them
the
our
Titans
respect?
can't beat a good team with their starting
You want to talk about a
quarterback.
team that's been all over the place? The Dolphins are all the way up as high as number 4, and then they tanked down super far in our tier list, and they were like
Because
13 to 17 or something
Tua
like that.
damn near died. That's why. Honestly,
I
that
can't believe
is.
this is coming down to rock, paper, scissors. I don't get down with
rock,
this.
paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Let's go.
Titans.
Ball don't lie. Let's go, TJ.
All right, guys, that's the top
blasphemy.
power rankings list. Where do you guys have the Titans? Where do you guys have the Dolphins? Where do you guys have the Eagles? Where do you have the Bills? We'll see you guys here next week after the Dolphins play. Who was it? They play the Bears, and the Titans play the Chiefs, and we can argue it again next week. Peace.